The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the NXT North American Championship.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to NXT. As you can tell, Axiom was announced that he would be medically cleared to compete. So Axiom is here tonight, and he gets his NXT North American Championship rematch. We saw that at an NXT deadline as of recently. He would technically win by disqualification after Baron Corbin would come out here and attack him, laying him down and out. Come to find out, he joined D'Angelo, part of the family. Last week, Axiom lost to Baron Corbin one-on-one and would get beaten down by Baron Corbin once again. Tony D'Angelo would meet up with Adam Pearce, the NXT general manager, and say, hey, what's up? Acting like everything's pretty cool, essentially. And Adam Pearce said, hey, you know what, you're a smartass, all this stuff. And he basically told him that, you know what, I'm going to give Axiom his rematch. And if Baron Corbin even is in the facility of this matchup, he will be fired, and D'Angelo would be stripped of his NXT North American Championship. So tonight, Tony D'Angelo has to go at it alone, all by himself. No Baron Corbin at ringside. Tony is going to have to do it all by himself. He did it the very first time in that part of that NXT breakout tournament. So Tony D'Angelo is going to have to dig down deep and do it again. And I wonder for, Tony D'Angelo having to recruit Baron Corbin, if the Don realizes he can't beat Axiom twice in a row. Or maybe it just came to work together between Tony D'Angelo and Baron Corbin working out at the same time. I don't know, but we'll see how this goes. But Tony D'Angelo, like I said, has to get the job done all by himself tonight here in NXT, and it is not going to be easy, as it is for that NXT North American Championship.
Introducing the challenger from Madrid, Spain, weighing in at 154 pounds, Axiom. And his opponent from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 240 pounds, he is the NXT North American Champion, Tony D'Angelo.
And there's the highly confident Tony D'Angelo. Question is for the Don, can he keep his championship tonight against Axiom and lead that championship all the way to NXT Stand and Deliver? We are just 5 weeks away from that massive, massive event, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be certainly a matchup that will certainly possibly change the landscape of NXT depending on who faces off with Tony D'Angelo. All right, here we go. D'Angelo and Axiom, one-on-one, championship on the line. Tony D'Angelo does technically have the advantage in this matchup, as there is disqualifications and count-out. And we'll see what this matchup is going to be coming our way right now. Axiom's certainly going to try to beat the hell out of Tony D'Angelo, at least in the terms of this rules right now, because obviously Axiom can't get too pissed off in this matchup to lead to a disqualification. But Axiom certainly will use his striking ability and his high-flying ability to his advantage in this matchup. And look at Tony D'Angelo. He's just rubbing it in the face of the crowd here. Look at this. Axiom now taking down the champion. Uh-oh. High risk by the challenger, Axiom. Here we go. Boom, right in the middle of the back. That honestly could be it. We've seen matches won by superstars throughout the years with a big elbow to the back, but not just yet. Tony D'Angelo is in trouble here early, and you could definitely see why when you have a superstar like Axiom. You can make any superstar get themselves in trouble very quickly, just with his high-flying ability and able to change up the pace of the matchup. Right, D'Angelo right now is in a bad way right now. He's got to figure out something. Obviously, he can't rely on Baron Corbin for help. And now pinfall opportunity. Referee is right there, realizing the hand is underneath the ropes. It's a standing moonsault there from Axiom. The matchup continues. Oh, going to the well too many times. D'Angelo, is this his moment? Can he retain his championship? The big haymaker takes down Axiom. Oh, big haymaker from Axiom. Here we go, and then doing a knee strike. What a vicious knee strike. You could hear that from the back of the balcony area back here. Uh-oh. Axiom. We've seen this before. The ever-impressive Axiom with a DDT. We've seen him win matches with that before, and now Axiom looking to put the final touches of this match away here. Axiom in the corner, and now look at that drop kick there to Tony D'Angelo. Impressive maneuver, and does it again. Go to the well too many times. You got to be very, very careful. And now Tony D'Angelo gets hit with that clothesline. And look at, you see the challenger. He's getting more and more aggressive as the time goes on here. You know Axiom can hit that vicious kick to the side of the skull at any time in this matchup, but you know time's going to tell as we continue this matchup what very well could happen. Oh, what a knee strike from Axiom. Continuing to bring the fight, but now big reversal from the Don of NXT. Uh-oh. Oh my goodness. Nice variation of a gut wrench suplex there. And now the Don with those fast strikes trying to take it to Axiom here. Trying to at least get back in the matchup. Slowly but surely the champ's getting better here. As now D'Angelo, high risk. Oh my goodness. Elbow across the chest there. Almost across the shoulder blades. And now again. Oh my goodness. What a backbreaker. Now Tony D'Angelo going back to work here. This is the type of stuff that you got to be very careful about when you're facing a man just like Tony D'Angelo, ladies and gentlemen. And oh, wait a minute. Tony not playing around here. Ooh, some good old snake eyes there from the Don. And Axiom doing the right thing, rolling out of the ring. But Axiom not realizing you got yourself a big boy at the top rope. Big time axe handle from Tony D'Angelo. And now this is where the Don needs to capitalize now. Keep it on Axiom at this very moment. Either you throw him back in the ring or use the outside to your advantage. Up to at least the 10 count. Obviously you make the 10 counts a double count out. But at least use it up to the 8 to 9 if you have to, I guess. And especially when you're facing a high-flying superstar with the likes of Axiom, I would suggest doing the things like working on the legs for sure. And that might be, you know, basic situational awareness, but it's how it is, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to superstars that are like those Lucha Libre type of gentlemen. And now, swinging neck breaker takes down Axiom. Big maneuver from D'Angelo, but he is not done yet. No, Axiom with the big haymaker. Neither is Axiom now. The matchup continues, ladies and gentlemen. We are just getting started because tonight we continue the best of 5 matchup between Pretty Deadly and the Diamond Mine, as tonight it will be a tag team table matchup. With the first team going through the table will win the matchup. We just saw this a little bit ago. Axiom gonna hit it one more time. Vicious DDT from Axiom. Will this be enough to become new champion? No. Tony D'Angelo kicking out at 2.5. Does that kick to the face? No, Axiom. Realizing, I believe, Tony D'Angelo did get his right shoulder up just briefly. I don't know if you guys could really see it on the camera here, but just the right shoulder was up just enough to where it'd be able to make it. Our lovely cameras never really usually showcase it just enough for us, but even just the smallest of the shoulder being up, it will be called by this referee. This is where Axiom has to feel this is his moment, ladies and gentlemen. His breakout moment was taken from him, from Tony D'Angelo, couple months ago, and now something has to give here as Axiom with a Spanish fly to Tony D'Angelo. But Tony D'Angelo getting up, or at least rolling out to the ring. Axiom telling him to get up to his feet here, and now Axiom maybe try to go high risk here. Can't really tell. Running back and forth, gonna at least rely on the top of the rope and takes down Tony D'Angelo. The matchup continues. You can feel this matchup intensifying as we go. Oh my goodness. It ain't going to be feeling good. Axiom literally has him right where he wants him. This matchup can go anywhere, anytime. So, there you go. Tony D'Angelo getting himself at least back in this matchup momentarily. And now, look at Axiom working on the quads. Why not? Bring those fast strikes. Gotta keep on coming at Tony D'Angelo here. No one taking him out. Why not? Got to do what you need to do at this time, ladies and gentlemen. And now, Axiom looking for the spot. Big time frog splash takes him out again. But now, again, this could be very bad. Very bad, I can tell you indeed. As another frog splash. Why not? And now, gonna look for one more big time frog splash, 3 in a row, and Axiom has his opponent right where he wants him, moments away from seeing a new champion. Axiom, here we go. Axiom, DDT. This could be the moment. This could be it. We could be moments away from seeing a new champ. Could this be it? Axiom making sure he's lined up correctly. This could be all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Axiom, no! He missed. Then D'Angelo capitalizes. Will this be the moment that D'Angelo needs? Here we go. D'Angelo has him up, down. Goes Axiom. Pinfall. Is this it? 2, 3. Tony D'Angelo has retained his NXT North American Championship. What a back and forth matchup, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that beautiful DDT, that springboard DDT. Hey, look at that second one. Man, that is a thing of beauty. And then D'Angelo reversed that kick coming to his face, connects with his finishing maneuver, and takes down Axiom. What a match. And I'm very curious, ladies and gentlemen, since Axiom is down and out, who will be the man to step up to the NXT North American Champion, Tony D'Angelo? When I came back to WWE, I told every single one of you that I didn't come back here to make friends. I didn't come back here to sit in the back of the line. I came back because I am a top guy anywhere I am at, and I have proved that over the years when I was here in WWE, and I've shown that so far here in NXT. Yes, I have lost to Kenny Omega, the current NXT Undisputed Champion, so be it. I do lose occasionally, and that pisses me off because I am the best on this roster, and I show every single night that I wrestle in the middle of that ring. Sting, that 60-plus-year-old man, still wrestling, taking people's spots, that's no longer going to happen when I'm around. Sting should not be wrestling. That should be going to a younger talent, not someone that should be in a retirement home. So, I'm throwing out the challenge for the Icon Sting. Their WrestleMania weekend at NXT Stand and Deliver. It will be myself, Malachi Black, versus the Icon Sting, 1-on-1. Your final match ever, Sting. What do you say? One last time. But this match will be no ordinary match. We are going to take you out in style, because I want to make this match a Hell in a Cell matchup. You started the best of the best there in WCW, and you're going to end your career with the best in WWE. And I'm going to silence you and end your career for good. I will be eerily waiting for your answer, Sting. I know you're a fighter, but do you really want to be trapped in a cage with a man like me? I'll be anticipating your answer, Sting. Don't make me wait too long. Or you may not like where I take this. That is a massive challenge being sent out by Malachi Black, ladies and gentlemen. He wants to have Sting's final match there at NXT Stand and Deliver, but it's no ordinary matchup. He wants to do it inside of Hell in a Cell. Could you imagine if Sting gets his last match inside of a Hell in a Cell structure? The challenge has been laid out, and we now wait to see if Sting will accept. I know Sting is not the type of superstar to back down from a fight, but even a sane person thinks Hell in a Cell. Am I even ready for that? We'll wait and see if we get an answer tonight. But right now we set the focus apart of this best of 5 series. Last week it was an Extreme Rules matchup between both of these teams. This week now it is a tables matchup. So whatever member happens to go through that table, they will win the matchup. So let's say Julius Creed puts Kit Wilson through the table. That would mean obviously Diamond Mine wins the matchup. Or Kit Wilson puts Julius through the table. That means Pretty Deadly. But if Pretty Deadly wins this matchup, they will go up 2-0 in the best of 5 series. If the Creed brothers win, it will be a tied series of 1-1. Coming back 2-0, it's not very easy, especially when you watch sports over the years, especially in Major League Baseball, hockey, whatever it may be, NBA, whatever sport or analytical thing that you watch on your television screens. Coming back from that far down is not easy, but we've definitely seen it throughout the years. Like we mentioned, this series right now is for the opportunity to go to NXT Stand and Deliver and challenge for the NXT Tag Team Championships against the Undisputed Era. Something has to give. I feel like I say that a lot, but something does. You know, are we going to have Pretty Deadly guests boying their way all the way to Hollywood, California? Or can the Creed brothers get an opportunity at the Tag Team Championships, but this time actually walk out with them? Cannot wait to see how this matchup fares. This matchup could go very quickly, or this matchup could take a very long time. It just depends on the opponents tonight. This crowd is going crazy. Look at Julius coming right through it. Could you imagine if Julius clotheslined him so hard he put him through the table? That would have been a record for a tables match. I could tell you that right here. It would have been absolutely crazy. As Julius and Kit Wilson going at it, you got Brutus going after Elton Prince now. And I think for these superstars, I would definitely focus on beating down your opponent to enough to where you can easily set up that table. Uh-oh. Wilson going up top here. And luckily for him, deciding not to push it with him being so close there. And Diamond Mine taking control momentarily here. Big time moment in this matchup. And talking about big main event matches tonight, we are going to see Will Ospreay taking on Bryan Danielson in your main event here very shortly. It'll be coming up next. And also, before that matchup, we hear from the NXT Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton as she will be talking about Roxanne Perez, her women's challenger coming up at NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver. Uh-oh. Oh, goodness. Brutus just banged the head off the table of Kit Wilson there. Brutus making sure that his brother doesn't get attacked with that table as we continue. As two tables is inside the ring, both teams have to be very careful with how they're lined up here. Oh, going for that 2-for-1 special are the Yes Boys, but not working out just at that moment. And now Julius from behind, hitting that Olympic slam, takes down Elton Prince, but Kit Wilson gonna take him down with that gut wrench slam. Slowly but surely, as look at Kit Wilson just basically playing around with his opponent. Elton Prince looking to set up a table. But as soon as he wants to do that, the Creed brothers change it up on him. Now, what does Julius want to do with that table? Trying to decide what he really wants to do. Now he's finally setting up the table. Here we go. Let's see what Julius may want to do. Can he put his opponent through the table? Uh-oh. He has him in the corner. This ain't going to end well. Oh, right into that table there. Well, Julius, you have him on the table, man. This is your moment. But he wants to introduce another one. Trying to give the crowd exactly what they want. Julius literally had him right where he wanted him. But for some reason, I don't know if he just looked away briefly or something, but I don't know. And it may cost him this matchup. Could have easily tied up this series, as now we have 3 tables in the ring, and one of these superstars is going through it. Question is, who is that going to be? We could be just moments away from finding out who wants to win this series the most, who wants to go to Stand and Deliver and challenge for those NXT Tag Team Championships. The Undisputed Era, we have been told they will not be showing up to NXT until the finalization, basically, of who their contenders are going to be coming up at Stand and Deliver. And now, going for that clothesline, didn't work out in his favor there. Oh, big time scoop slam, and Elton Prince is feeling himself up here. What a matchup so far, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of back and forth here. See if they can continue this right now. Brutus and Kit Wilson going at it. You got Julius and Elton Prince now. But look, Julius, he realizes he doesn't need to necessarily worry about Elton. As soon as I say that, there's a side slam there. Oh, ice arm toss there from Elton. Back and forth we go here. And looks like Pretty Deadly has Diamond Mine's number at this moment. Oh, wait a minute. And look at Julius. He realizes that he could be put through that table at any moment. He's going to fight back as much as he can at this moment. Off the ropes he goes into that exploder suplex. And now, Kit Wilson. Kit Wilson's in trouble. Oh, goodness. Nothing like hurting that tailbone for sure. Kit Wilson continuing to fight back. Pretty Deadly has them right where they want them. Oh, goodness. What a clubbing blow. What a shot. And now going to introduce some steel steps. We could see a winner in just a moment. And luckily for them. Nice flapjack there from Julius. And now we've seen this before. Look at this impressive maneuver there from the Creed brothers. Especially Brutus there. Brutus going to introduce these ladders, or I should say these tables, pardon me. 2-for-1 specials, it seems. Nothing like a good old punch to the eyes, really waking your sense of everything. And, look at that, saving the table from potentially being broken. I believe Elton Prince did that inadvertently, but it definitely saves the matchup. As the matchup continues, these guys are going to brutalize each other until we get a final, basically a final matchup. something's gotta happen here. Let's look at Kit Wilson. His face is busted open right now. It is in a bad, bad spot. And now it looks like Prince is gonna set up the table. Maybe try to set up something to put away Brutus here. And now, big old over-the-head suplex there from Julius. And now got Kit Wilson and Brutus in the corner going at it. Back and forth we go. This is one of those unpredictable matches, ladies and gentlemen. And soon as I say that, look at Julius just tossing him through the table. And just like that, that gives the Creed brothers a 1-on-1. Look at this. This arm toss at this table. Look at that. The table exploded. The Creed brothers tie the series up 1-1. I can't imagine what next week's match is going to be bringing us, part of this best of 5 series. It is main event time here live on NXT. It is Bryan Danielson, a multi-time WWE champion, taking on Will Ospreay. This is going to be one of the biggest matches here in NXT, and certainly for both of these superstars. No, it's not a championship on the line or anything, but with both of these superstars being big name talents, this is a massive, massive matchup. Will Ospreay gets to wrestle against one of the best to ever do it here in WWE's history. And then Bryan, for him, he's looking to get back in that win column. Obviously for him and Blackpool Combat Club, they have been struggling. And that is all thanks due to Wardlow. And they're still just trying to figure it out right now, and maybe tonight could be the first night to finally get that ball rolling back to where Blackpool Combat Club was at when they first got NXT rolling back, when they were in that tag team tournaments, when they become the NXT tag team champions. Everything was going well until Wardlow betrayed the whole group, hurt them, put them on the disabled list for a little bit of time, and then at Survivor Series they got their opportunity and they still couldn't take down Wardlow and company. So, you know, it's a moment that for Bryan and the rest of the Blackpool Combat Club, they got to figure out something quick. But now Bryan has to worry about this man, Will Ospreay. Super talented Aussie, and certainly going to have himself a heck of a career here. Forever long he may be here, we'll just have to enjoy it while we still can. And right now, Will Ospreay, certainly for Will, he would love to have himself a matchup at NXT Stand and Deliver, but the question is, what exactly would that entice? Who may he be looking at? Something that we'll have to keep an eye on. Like we mentioned, we are 5 weeks away. There's plenty of time, but I think for Will, I think you want to figure it out sooner rather than later, instead of it being like a last-second decision to where, you know, anything can pull out from underneath you. It's always nice to have something settled and situated instead of, you know, getting something at the last second. But certainly having this matchup live here on NXT, this is a massive first time ever matchup between these two. Cannot wait to see these guys beat the living snot out of each other in this main event. The crowd is going absolutely psycho. They know how big this match is here. Referee rings the bell. Here we go. Here comes Bryan and Will Ospreay. 1-on-1. Bryan bringing him off the ropes here. Ospreay. Wait a minute. Turn around. Bam! Big old clothesline from Bryan. Big time moment here. Two of the very best here in NXT. Bryan definitely has been around the wrestling game for a very long time, especially here in WWE. But certainly would love to get himself some more championship gold eventually. But when will that occur? It'll be anytime soon. Like we mentioned, he's a former NXT Tag Team Champion with Jon Moxley, before they had to go up against Pretty Deadly at that time. And we obviously know we know a bunch of massive matches, ladies and gentlemen, for NXT Stand and Deliver. We have the 2 championship matches of what has been announced. Obviously, Roxanne and Tiffany Stratton, NXT Women's Championship. Jay White challenges Kenny Omega for that NXT Undisputed Championship live there at Stand and Deliver. We have to wait to see if Sting will ever answer the challenge by Malachi Black to have a Hell in a Cell match in Sting's final match of his career. As Ospreay tosses Bryan back inside the ring here. And now, wait a minute. Oh, what a clubbing blow there. Takes down Bryan. Bryan may not even know where the heck he's at this moment in time. As now, Ospreay. Looking for that Ospreay clash. Down goes Bryan. But now Ospreay, he's feeling himself up. He ain't done putting away Bryan just yet. Springboard cutter. What a cutter there. The Ospreay cutter takes down Bryan. Beats him in half. Will that be enough to pick up one of his biggest wins of his entire NXT career? 2. No, Bryan kicks out at the last second. Will Ospreay cannot believe it. And now Will, though, for him, you got to stay on Bryan. You cannot allow him to get anything else going. You cannot allow him to get any offense going right now, because Bryan can change it on a dime and very well could end this very, very quickly. As there's a brutal neck breaker, takes down the Aussie. And Ospreay just trying to get himself out the out of area so Bryan can't continue this. Oh, going for that drop kick. Ospreay was just a couple inches away from getting hit with that drop kick, but he won't be a couple inches away, as this is almost like a torture rack powerbomb maneuver. Absolutely brutal from Bryan. It seems like every match we've seen from Bryan Danielson over the years, that it certainly seems like he changes his repertoire very, very quickly and as much as he can, just to keep his offensive game refreshing, as hitting that label lock, but it is not going to be enough, obviously, because there is the rope break. Here comes Bryan with the knee strike. He misses it. Bryan now is going to have to look to capitalize now. And now Ospreay. Oh, goodness, almost a different variation of a 1916 there. Beautiful, beautiful match we're witnessing. You can just feel this is to the best to really do it. We're in a kind of a lucky situation at this moment to have these 2 superstars go at it. As look at this spinning side slam there. And look at Ospreay. He said, no, you're not leaving this ring just yet. As now Ospreay gonna turn up this matchup, hit him with the abdominal stretch. Could you imagine if Bryan has to tap out here? Just getting your ribs, your kidneys, your whole side being ripped apart here. Bryan may not have nowhere else to go, but look at Bryan. He's fighting back, and he connects. Look at that big old head scissors. Takes down Ospreay, and now we're back to a 50-50 ball game here. And this is what Bryan needs to do, slowly but surely, to get himself back in this matchup. Not allow Will Ospreay any time in this matchup to really recuperate, get some air. You got to stay on that young Aussie right there. Ospreay back inside the ring here. Going to break up the potential count out here and going to continue to go to work here. Wait a minute. Ospreay catches him. Oh my goodness. What a maneuver. That kind of seems like that should be like a maneuver that puts it over the top. Going almost for like a spinning heel kick, almost like shades of that Black Mass. As Ospreay again going to look to catch him and then flip him. What a maneuver. 2 big maneuvers that on the outside. If Ospreay hit those maneuvers inside the ring, you might be able to walk out with a massive win tonight. Bryan now tossing him back inside the ring. Referee is at a 6. Obviously, we're avoiding the count out. And now Ospreay catching him out of nowhere. Time to connect with a good old-fashioned Ospreay silencer. Down goes Bryan. Pinfall. 2, 3. Ospreay with a massive win here on NXT in the main event. What a back and forth matchup. type of matchup that you would love to see at a premium live event, but it is live here in NXT. Big win for Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay have a big time matchup at NXT Stand and Deliver? Time's going to be waiting. Time's going to be chilling. But what a match, and we'll see you on SmackDown. Thank you guys so much for tuning in.